Hey everybody, Who's Your Jedi here with another review for you. This time I am talking the Flash episode, A Girl Named Sue. Ralph has really been off on the sidelines for quite a while, and here's an episode where he really gets to take center stage. And of course, we are properly introduced to this world's version of Sue Dearborn, who of course we know is destined to become Sue Dibney at some point. Um, Honestly, this was actually some really strong stuff. The twist where we turns out she's like a thief and has been playing Ralph this whole time and is really this sort of Catwoman-esque person is actually quite interesting. I did not see that coming at all because everything before then was really set up to be very typical of the stuff that we've seen in The Flash so far. But here, when they pull this twist out of there, it's like, wow, this is something that's really different. And again, I didn't see it coming, but we're able to look back on everything that happened, and it's like, okay, yeah, they did set this up. They genuinely fooled me. So I was pleased. And it is kind of interesting that setting it up this way makes Sue much more of an equal partner to Ralph. Yeah, she doesn't have powers, but she's extremely smart. She has her own talents. I mean, she can mix it up with ultraviolet to some degree. And as Cecile said, they're two people who are very much on the same wavelength. And that was always kind of one of the um, strong points of their relationship, is that they were a successful and loving couple. Then an identity crisis happened and a lot of things went to hell, but you know, a traditional married couple as characters in comics, you don't really see too many of those. I mean, like Reed Richards and Sue Richards from the Fantastic Four are a little bit of an exception, but still, that was kind of one of the things that made Elongated Man and Sue rather unique in comics. Um, And this also, of course, ties into the whole black hole storyline. Looks like Sue is trying to take them down for her own reasons. We get the subplot with Joe that apparently Black Hole has connections inside the Central City PD, and they've been covering things up. You know, the deaths of people who are potentially obstacles to their plans. Again, good. It gives Joe something unique to do. Um, let's see, what else do we have to talk about? Um, oh yeah, of course we have the character of John Loring, a nod to Jean Loring from the comics. They did already establish a Jean Loring does exist within the Arrowverse, and she's actually Moira's lawyer, the Queen family lawyer. All right, now of course the comics traditionally that's Ray Palmer's wife, but the Arrowverse has decided to go in a rather different direction with that. Okay, so be it. Um, Stuff with Nash Wells going and continuing to hallucinate Harry and for some reason trying to track down his diary or journal or whatever you want to call it. Okay, it's interesting, but it still rests upon the idea that they're really upset about the destruction of the multiverse when the destruction of the multiverse didn't really happen, so this is all kind of pointless. The stuff with the Mirrorverse, I mean, it's not bad. You can definitely tell Ava has 6 years of complete isolation have not done Ava a lot of favors, and we're starting to get see a little bit of like what it is that she's like as Mirror Master in terms of what her powers are going to be. And I'm just kind of wondering uh, where all this is going to go. And it looks like, interestingly enough, this is all going to be set off more or less probably by Iris. So the idea that there would be a villain out there who's not really focused on gunning for the Flash, but who would instead be focused on gunning for Iris is, to me, kind of intriguing. I mean, besides Lex Luthor, does Lois Lane have anything that you could really call a rogues gallery? Well, not really, but, you know, why not? So, yeah, I'm okay with that. A villain kind of focused more on Iris is certainly something that's unique and would be interesting. And of course, you know, that's going to be a big problem for Barry. We still don't know exactly what the deal with this mirror doppelganger is. You know, what is their agenda? What exactly are they? It's intriguing stuff, if you ask me. So I'm definitely interested in seeing where all of this is going to go. And yeah, that kind of really sums it up. All that I have for you to say this time around. Um, as always, guys, please comment, rate, subscribe, and of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Hoosier Jedi. Until next time, take care and have a good one.